After the first day of operation, it certainly appears that the Egyptians are committed to regaining a tight grip on what had become a wild frontier. R.E.A. O'Sullivan for IBA News.
The chaos in Sinai is not new, according to Matthew Kalman, correspondent for the London Daily Mail. He told IBA's Ellie Wogelenter that the lack of control over the peninsula has been going on since before the overthrow of Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak.
Since the fall of Mubarak at the beginning of 2011, Sinai has just become a complete Wild West. It's been a transit camp for massive weapons, drugs smuggling, both in and out of Egypt, and mainly into Gaza through the smuggling tunnels, because the Hamas regime in Gaza basically want all the weapons that they can get hold of. And what you've had in Sinai is a sort of semi-independent state where something like a quarter of the Sinai population of 600,000 don't even have Egyptian ID cards. They're not allowed to vote, they're not allowed to hold any kind of government jobs, they're not allowed to own land even. And these people who are basically disenfranchised within Egypt have found the smuggling trade and combined with Islamic extremism, something that's very appealing and attractive for them. So this situation in Sinai has been boiling up for several years, and it came to a head after the revolution, where you had a sudden influx of arms that were being smuggled into the Sinai, destination Gaza, through the coastal road from Libya. So you had the breakdown in Libya, breakdown in Egypt, massive amounts of weapons and arms coming into Sinai. You have these disenfranchised population who are making huge amounts of money out of it, and you have willing buyers in Hamas in Gaza. So that combination together has created this explosive situation.
And with the incident that happened this week with the attack, the killing of Egyptian police, how will Mohamed Morsey deal with the situation now?
Mohamed Morsey finds himself caught between the devil and the deep blue sea here. On the one hand, he's an ideological ally of Hamas. He represents the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas was basically a creation of the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. And so he's very close to the rulers in the Gaza Strip. But at the same time, he has to preserve Egyptian sovereignty. There's no way that he can allow an attack that appears to have originated in the Gaza Strip, even though it may not have been actually carried out by Palestinians, against Egyptian police, gunning down 16 of them as they sat down to break their Ramadan fast the other evening, and then commandeering two armoured personnel carriers and trying to cross into the border, smash their way through the border into Israel. Morsi cannot accept that infringement of Egyptian sovereignty, so he has to act fast, and that's what today's raid is all about. For the first time today, in the early morning, since the 1973 war, we've seen an extended Egyptian military operation in Sinai. And what they've done is they've gone down to some of the villages south of El Arish, some of the Bedouin villages there, and they're bombarding it with helicopter gunship, with jet fighters. They're scouring the mountains there for masked gunmen affiliated with these Salafi extremists. And this shows that Morsi and, most importantly, his Egyptian military commanders are determined to act ruthlessly when it comes to preserving Egyptian sovereignty.
A series of major bombings has been averted after Israeli police